So, in honor of this special day to honor physicians, the theme I wanted to bring up today is enjoying the moment. And we will settle in to begin, and I'll reflect a bit on where that idea comes from. Finding your sit bones, your ischial spines, connect them into that block, bolster, or earth beneath you. Finding a place to settle and arrive. Coming back to your breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Letting your breath arrive in your body as well. Every little bit of oxygen circulating around all the way to your fingers and your toes. And if it's comfortable, close your eyes and bring your hands to your thighs as we begin. Giving yourself a moment to bring mind, body, and spirit into your body. Just noticing how it feels to have all of those things in one spot. And the theme for this class comes from my experience working with so many physicians and my own life experience that we are rarely in the moment. We are ahead, we are behind, we are figuring out what needs to be done. And in the moment, we're not necessarily enjoying it. And what I have been reflecting on a fair bit recently, my last child is about to leave for college or university, for those of you who are in Canada. And I look back at the 28 years that I was a physician and a mom and a spouse and a little league team mom and all of the other things. And it was all wonderful. And I spent much of it planning and fixing and doing, and not as much perhaps as I would have liked enjoying. And I know that this comes from our training in medicine that we're supposed to be doing. And if we sat back contentedly and enjoyed where we were, not thinking about what we needed to fix or improve or eat healthier or move more, etc., get another leadership role, that would be complacent. And so today I wanted to reflect on that, and perhaps in this moment, thinking about how you might like to enjoy where you are today. Coming back to your breath, noticing how you feel today. What feels good in your body today? Not coming to yoga because you really need it, but because it feels good. And an hour of enjoyment and feeling good and being in your body is a huge part of living. And flipping your palms up and open towards the sky, just allowing yourself to receive. We don't receive as much as women in medicine. We're always busy doing and giving. And remembering that balance of receiving is also a part of this life. Receiving and enjoying. And for those of us who are high achievers, that takes tremendous practice. I was also inspired to explore this theme because I saw Bruce Springsteen on Thursday night, and he is 75. And I first saw him when he was 35, maybe a little bit older. He's about 20 years older than I am. And noticing all of the people in the audience who, have seen him clearly throughout their lives, and noticing that, when I am 75, I will look back and think life was amazing then. Nothing hurt. I had so much mobility. I had, young kids and lots of freedom and all kinds of things. And I think we always do that. And so what about just pausing to enjoy where you are? Not worrying so much about the future, enjoying the present, pausing and being present in the present, and specifically setting that intention to connect with the good, connect with what feels good, connect with what is good, Connect with the things you have now that you always wanted. Connect with the things that give you joy, whether it be your dog, your cat, a snuggly child, something that you worked very hard for that you have now. Allowing yourself to receive and enjoy that in this moment. Noticing that we can pause and enjoy without anything bad happening. And bringing a hand to heart and another hand atop. Sending ourselves compassion for that ever-present worry that we were trained to have, that bad things might happen if we pause to enjoy. Noticing the bottom hand on the heart space, pressing the heel of your hand in, releasing some oxytocin, that joy, feel good neurochemical, and letting yourself enjoy it. And rubbing the surface, palmar surface on the dorsal surface of the hands and envisioning that cortisol melting in your saliva and perhaps in other places. Letting go for this moment of the ongoing stress. What if all of that is for another day? Taking today, this doctor's day, to celebrate all that you were, all that you have become, all that you will become. All of those things. Taking a pause to celebrate, a pause to enjoy, a pause to receive, a pause to be, rather than do, rather than fix. And springtime being the perfect time to do that, noticing the buds on the trees, the birds coming out. So taking a moment and letting your nervous system recalibrate to this idea that it is okay to pause, not just for an hour, but pausing for a day or pausing for moments in every day to notice where you are, enjoy where you are, take pride in where you are, celebrate where you are. All those many years ago in med school, you wanted to be where you are today. Rather than looking ahead to where you want to be when your kids are older, or you've figured to pay back your loans, or you've gotten a leadership role, or you've gotten out of medicine and retired, what if you just enjoy today? Focusing on something in the day where there is joy and something in your body that feels good. Maybe it's your toes, maybe it's your fingers. Taking a scan all over your heart underneath your hands. What feels good? And letting yourself enjoy. Flip your hands in the opposite hold, the other one on the bottom, the uncomfortable one. And once again, press into that heart space. And notice how it feels. Coming back to the breathing, breathe in and out. Letting the exhale be longer than the inhale. Breathe in lots of delicious, juicy oxygen, sending it to every tight nook and cranny. Exhale, releasing, letting go of that need to hold everything so tight, that hypervigilance, and let yourself enjoy. Breathing in the good stuff. And breathing out that judgment, tension, things should be different, things to do. Let the breath nourish you. And bring your hands together, rubbing the palms together, creating some heat with the intent of celebrating and enjoying in the palms here as you rub them together. Bring your thumbs to your sternum, finger pads reach to the sky, elbows out wide, pressing in, and set your own intention around this moment. Pausing to celebrate, pausing to be, pausing to enjoy, perhaps presence in the moment. Being in the moment, what feels right. connecting with all the things you have today that you had always wanted, that you worked towards. Here you are. What is beautiful about today? Not emotional bypassing, but shifting your focus to those things that are beautiful. Spring is beautiful. The humans in your life are beautiful. The life you created is likely beautiful. Not perfect, but beautiful. And when you feel complete, lower your hands and open your eyes. And just taking a moment to be in your body and undo anything that perhaps was being held tight. And switch the cross of your legs to the opposite, less familiar side, allowing you to be in your body a little bit more, to notice how your balance may feel a little bit different here. Maybe you need to adjust your feet and find your center. You're in your belly, in your solar plexus area, engaging it, waking it up, and inhale, arms up towards the sky. Drop your shoulders, exhale. Inhale, reach tall, tall, tall. Reach your fingers long. The side body is long, lengthening, wiggle fingers. Huge inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Drop right hand to left thigh. Left fingers move along the floor or earth behind you, just lightly. They graze the floor. Breathe in, grow tall. Twist our spine lengtheners. Grow tall and proud and fill yourself up with the good stuff. Exhale, release the sledge over that left shoulder, gazing left if you have room there. Inhale, reach arms up to the sky. Exhale, twist to center. Inhale, reaching up as tall as you can. Grow tall, tall, tall. Exhale, drop shoulders, breathe out, let go. Inhale, grow as tall as you can. Exhale, twist to the right, drop left hand to right thigh, graze right fingers behind. Inhale, grow tall, reaching towards the sky, sitting proud, enjoying what feels good. Notice what feels good here. Exhale, gaze over the right shoulder, release and let go. One more big, big, juicy breath. Growing tall, allowing yourself to enjoy that feel good in breath, and exhale, release and enjoy that part, enjoying each part of the breath. Inhale, arms up to the sky, twist back to center, interlace your fingers, shimmy your palms to the sky, slight arch back. Exhale, round forward. Enjoy your spine here. Inhale, reach tall, slight arch back. Exhale, round forward. Reach the palms towards the front and really enjoy every little muscle fiber stretching. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, tip gently to the left, right hip roots downward. Tug the right arm gently to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, tip gently to the right. Lengthen the entire left side body. Huge breath in, growing tall. Filling yourself up with what feels good, enjoying this moment, noticing your body and what's working. Exhale, let it go. Shifting your lens here. Inhale, reaching back up towards center, towards the sky, opening arms out to the sides. Flex wrists, pinch your scapula together, and enjoy all those sensations, lots of them that can feel delicious if you embrace them. Exhale, release. Inhale, pinch your scapula, press fists into the side wall, everything engaged. Exhale, release. Lower hands to the earth. Pinch your shoulders all the way up to your ears. Drop your occiput into the cradle of the shoulders and have a little rub. Lots of sensation, squeezing as tight as you can. Exhale, release, and pause to enjoy all the tingles. Notice how you feel. Big, huge breath in and out. We'll pick up whatever you're sitting on, move it out of the way. If you're on a blanket and you have tight hamstrings, you can stay on it, but anything higher, remove. Move the flesh of your seat out of the way. Your sit bones will root downward into the earth, finding that stable, centered, secure spot. Something that as we're moving so busily through the world, we don't notice. Allowing your sit bones to land and your body to land on your mat. Engage your pelvis, align your spine as tall as you can to the sky. Hands rest lightly on the thighs. Flex ankles, spread toes wide. Huge breath in here. Heart is shining forward. Exhale, release the breath. Relax your toes. Slide forward down your thighs towards your shins. Hinge at the waist to begin here. Legs are straight to the ability that you can. If they need to be bent, that's also fine. Inhale once again. Exhale, slide forward. If you can, wrap your index finger and middle finger around your big toe. And give your big toe a bit of a hug. Wiggle the other toes and just notice all the sensations, embracing them. Slide up your shins to your knees, to your thighs. Bring hands behind you. Tense your fingers. Coming into Dandasana or staff pose, root your sit bones downward, fingertips press into the earth, little cupcakes not squished underneath your hands. Drop shoulders, huge breath in, sitting up as tall as you can. Let yourself enjoy filling up with the breath and exhale. Breathing in that idea of abundance or enough. Letting go of that scarcity. Breathing in the what if things turn out okay in the end. And exhaling that hypervigilance that you need to control them. Breathing in this idea that later on in life, you will look back and say, wow, that was a beautiful moment. Letting yourself enjoy this moment. And exhale, breathe it out. Relax. Wiggle your toes, point your toes, and flex your ankles. Spread your toes wide, relax your toes. And once again, slide down the thighs, the shins, grab the big toes if you can, and enjoy it for a moment. Sending the breath to every tight spot in the hamstrings, the back of the legs, lots of energy shifting. And wherever you land on your shins is fine. Release the big toes, slide up shins to knees, and you'll spread your legs apart wide here, coming into a wide angle pose. Rock side to side on your hips. Find your sit bones once again and send them downward. Finding that pause, that moment of safety, comfort, feels delicious. Take right hand, slide it down your right leg. Enjoying the sensation of the hand sliding down. Reach left arm up over that left ear and drop your head towards the right ankle shin. Wiggle your toes and the fingers that are reaching to the sky. Point your toes. Stretch the left fingers towards the right toes. Flex your ankle. Spread toes wide. Lots of energy shifting. Tiny little subtle shifts can make a difference in perspective, in breathing, in toes. Huge breath in. Exhale, gaze over that left shoulder, opening the heart to the sky. And taking a moment to just revel in the beauty of the moment. Revel in what feels good. Letting it go down to the deepest, tiniest little crevices of the left waist and the left lung. Breathe in. Exhale, releasing and letting go over that left shoulder, sending whatever worries, tightness, heaviness out over that left shoulder. Sliding back up, reach right arm to meet the left. Exhale, drop shoulders. Inhale, root hips downward, fingers reach towards the sky. Exhale, drop left hand to left thigh, slide it down the leg. Enjoy that skin sensation of sliding. Right hip roots downward and the whole right side body enjoys. Right hand reaches over the right ear and take a moment to just enjoy the sensation. Enjoy your waist, enjoy your hip. Notice your belly. If you're super rounded, sit up a wee bit taller. Draw right hand back a little bit. Big breath in. Exhale, gaze over the right shoulder. If you have trouble gazing over the shoulder, you may be rounded in your belly. inviting your back to arch a wee bit and grow tall. Exhale, blowing out over the shoulder, noticing even twisted up as a pretzel, you can let go of some things. And allow your body to enjoy the space, the pause. Reach left arm up to the sky. Interlace your fingers, do the shimmy, reach the palms to the sky, roots hips downward, exhale, round forward here. Belly reaches back, a very different experience than doing it with your legs crossed. Inhale, slight arch back. Use your belly to help you sit up nice and tall. Grow as tall as you can. Root your hands to the sky. Exhale, round forward once again into this seated cat with legs wide, wide angle seated cat. Notice the backs of the legs on the floor and your stability in your sit bones, always there for you. It's reaching tall. Exhale your arms out towards the sides. Right leg will bend. Bring the right sole of the foot into the left thigh. Bring right hand behind the right hip. Spread your fingers wide, equal pie shapes. Press right hand into the earth. Right knee is going to come to the floor. Left foot will drop to the right and we'll lift up into wild thing. And have just a moment here, stretching, enjoying, wiggling, outer edge of the left foot, rooting downward, whole left side body, having a bit of joy. Roll the left wrist out, stretch long. Notice your armpit, your waist, everything. Huge breath in. Use the breath today as a little gift, sending oxygen everywhere. Lots of spots that maybe haven't had any oxygen or tending recently, flushing them with nourishment. Lower down, hips come down, back to a seat. Left hand slides down that left leg. Reach right arm over the right ear and enjoy the right side body, opening it up for a moment. Cartwheeling your arms back up to a seat. Switch your legs. Your right leg will extend. Left leg comes in, left sole of the foot to the right inner thigh. Take a moment and find your hips. Sit up tall. Left hand, spread your fingers wide, about 18 inches in front of the left hip. Plant your foot, plant your hand. Left knee comes to the earth. Right toes come to the left. Wild thing on this side. Have fun with it. Enjoy the moment. Take a moment to notice all that's good, all that feels good. What if it all turns out okay in the end? Big breaths in, letting every tiny little lung volume enjoy some oxygen. Little alveoli waking up, little muscle fibers waking up, lowering hips down, sitting upright, slide right arm down the right thigh, left arm over, enjoy the left side body. So much in your body to enjoy. It might not be perfect. Big breath in. Exhale, gaze over left shoulder. Let it out. Rise back upright. You will bend the right knee also, coming into butterfly pose. Soles of the feet together, find your sit bones and have a bit of a rock, hugging heels in towards you. Inhale, pelvis tilts forward, align your spine, heart shines forward, crown of the head reaches to the sky. Huge exhale, let it out. Another big, huge, deep breath. Exhale, release. And you'll lengthen your legs out in front, spin around, and we will come to hands and knees. Take a cat-cow and let it feel as amazing as it can. Spread fingers wide. Inhale, reach sit bones to the sky, crown of the head to the sky. Exhale, round and enjoy a cat. Inhale to the sky, enjoy it. Allow joy to be the intention in this. Let it feel good. Enjoy the stretch in your belly, round and reach. Come back to center. Drop elbows to the floor. Walk them a little bit farther, coming into puppy pose. Lower forehead to the floor and enjoy your shoulders here. Once again here, forehead on the floor.
and enjoy all that's good today, all that's right. Maybe the sun is shining, maybe the spring flowers are blooming. Noticing what's going well for those people you love. Even if they're elderly parents at the end of their life, what's good for them right now? What's working? What are they still able to do? And coming back to your own life, what's good in your own life? Rather than thinking about the heart of medicine, what's beautiful about it? What has it taught you? What have you learned? What do you love about it? Who have you become while practicing it? Sinking into the puppy a wee bit, letting your shoulders soften, letting all that held tension melt. This pose is also called melting heart. You can envision your heart melting towards the floor. Breathe in, let the breath help you melt. Exhale, release, and let it out. Slowly slide out of puppy pose, coming up to hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide. Left hand plants into the earth. Right arm reaches towards the sky. We're going to come into thread the needle in honor of someone here who told me it was their favorite pose. Slide the right hand between the left hand and knee. Roll onto your right shoulder. Drop the right ear and let yourself really enjoy this juicy pose. Right shoulder, right waist can feel delicious. Stretch right arm long, palm reaching towards the sky, back of the right forearm pressing into the earth. Left hand is going to stretch long in front and enjoy that armpit. And notice, twist it up as a pretzel. Things still feel amazing. We often think we can't find the joy in the moment because things are twisted up and crazy. But pausing to notice that you can, pausing to notice what feels good when you pause, when you're present, when you notice. Allow yourself to enjoy. Maybe even celebrate yourself for showing up on your mat to take a few moments for you. You are important as well. If you wish, you can stretch that left leg long. It's kind of fun. And if you wish, you can raise it up into a balance pose and see if that's fun. Do it if it's fun. Point your left toe and flex your left ankle if you are in the balance pose for fun. Lower your foot, bend your knee, come back to thread the needle. Bring left hand by your face, press into the left hand. Untangle, reach your right arm to the sky, lower right hand. Come back to hands and knees, a cat-cow in between, undoing any tangle. Come back to neutral. Gaze towards your right hip over the right shoulder. Come back to center. Gaze towards the left hip over the left shoulders. Shift your left hip towards you. Come back to center. Plant right 5 fingers and right palm into the earth. Engage belly, reach to the sky. Lift the left hand. Exhale, slide it between right palm and right knee. Come into thread the needle here and enjoy it fully. Stretch right arm long. Gaze over that right armpit and twist it up here. Enjoy what feels good. Huge breath in and a huge exhale, releasing, letting go. If it's fun, stretch the right leg long onto the tippy toe. And if it's fun, raise the right leg to the sky. Let it be a little bit of a moment of testing, seeing how it works. You can roll the right ankle, flex and point the foot. Just have fun with it. Bend the right knee. Come back to puppy. Enjoy one more breath here. Bring right hand by your face. Untangle, reach the left hand to the sky. Enjoy it. And come back to hands and knees. Walk hands forward a handprint, curl your toes, and lift up into a downward dog and let yourself enjoy it. It's not on the way to a sun salutation or anything. It, in and of itself, feels amazing. Dogs know this. They hang out here in downward dog a lot, and they just enjoy the amazing. Dogs and cats in particular. And what if we as humans did a little more of that? Enjoy the moment, enjoy where you are, exactly as it is. Notice how far you've come, who you've become, what you have accomplished. What amazing things do you have in your life in this moment? Letting it in, noticing you may feel a little edgy as you do that. Reach your sit bones to the sky as high as you can. Press into hands, engage elbows, reach your hips as high as you can. A juicy, juicy down dog. Really, truly enjoy it. Let it feel amazing. Huge in breath here. And a big exhale. You can do a lion's breath if you want, which is to stick your tongue out and just let it all go, or however feels good to you. Sometimes a lion's breath is needed even in the middle of the day. That came up at a Green Gulch retreat this week. It's an amazing way to just let go of the things that annoy you and get back into the moment. Treating yourself to a lion's breath can feel amazing. Bend your right knee, press your left heel to the earth, and enjoy that left leg. Let yourself enjoy it in the moment. Even twangy and stretchy, it feels good. A reminder we can find that anywhere. Switch sides, right heel into the earth, left knee bends, big breath in and out. Coming back to center, we're going to come into low lunge or Anjaneyasana. So if you happen to have blocks, I would grab them first, putting them towards the front of your mat because they make low lunge feel way better. And today is about feeling good. Coming back to downward dog, notice how you feel here. Find your hands and your feet. Inhale, raise your right leg to the sky. Exhale, gently bring it knee to nose between your hands. Come into the low lunge, grab your blocks, and gift yourself support for success. Support to feel good. Notice where the blocks need to be to help you. Likely directly under your shoulders. You can have fists on them if you happen to have short arms like me. Allowing yourself to rise upright. If you don't have blocks, bring your hands to that right thigh gently, but not leaning fully into it. Reach crown of the head to the sky. And breathe. Enjoy the breath. Shimmy that back knee back a wee bit. Top of the left foot is lightly resting on the earth. Huge breath in. Grow tall. You can straighten your arms. Exhale, sink in a little bit more. Letting go of holding things tightly. It's hard to pause and enjoy and pause and appreciate and pause and celebrate when you are holding everything so tightly. Invite your hip to hold things a little less tightly. What if nothing bad happens when you let go of that hypervigilance and you just enjoy where you are? Not always looking to what's ahead, what you need to watch out for, but enjoying where you are. Huge breath in, grow tall once again. And exhale, release. Straight your front leg, coming into a half splits. Use your blocks if you have them. You'll walk the blocks back even farther. Flex your right ankle, right toes come to your nose, back is flat. Huge breath in, grow tall, heart shines forward. Exhale, bend elbows, hinge at the waist if you have a little more room, and enjoy the back of the leg. Huge breath in once again. Huge exhale. Release head and neck.
Point toes and flex the right toe. Inhale, grow tall once again. Heart shines forward, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, hinge at the waist, fold forward, and soften in and enjoy for a moment. Relax your foot. Walk your blocks forward, bend the right foot. We're going to walk the right foot to the outer edge of the mat. Coming into lizard pose, you may want to bring your blocks to half height, or you can get rid of them. I like to stay up in lizard pose. Roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. Let your right knee fall out. Right foot is on the outer edge of the mat, and both blocks are on the inside of the right foot. Your back knee will slide back, and your groin is going to open here. Sending it breath and spaciousness. Some people love this pose, some people hate it. If you hate it, just let yourself hate it. And notice that maybe there's still something that's good about it. We don't have to love everything. It might feel delicious afterwards. 2 more breaths here, pouring it into anywhere that would like some attention. 1 more big, juicy one. Roll back onto the sole of the right foot. Move the right block to the outside. With your 2 blocks, you will lift up your back knee. Come into a high lunge. If you have the blocks, keep them. Bring left block under left shoulder, twist to the right. Come into an easy twist, we call it. It's not really that easy. Roll the right wrist. It reminds me of things they say in medicine that are easy, not necessarily easy. Roll the right wrist, but you can still enjoy it. You can still feel good. Bring right hand back to the right block if you have blocks, and to the floor if you don't. Hop your back foot forward. Come into pyramid pose and enjoy that. Let yourself enjoy the back of the leg. I like blocks on the talus setting, back flat, heart shining forward. Feels amazing. Inviting a little bit of release, but not too much. Let the blocks support you. Noticing that with support, we often can enjoy the experience more. And you may just get more out of it. Huge breath in and out. 1 more big breath here. Bring the back foot forward to meet the front foot. Bring your blocks in front and come into a forward fold. If you don't have blocks, bend your knees generously, grab elbows. If you have blocks, rest your hands on the blocks, and even consider building a tower of blocks and bring your forehead to the blocks, inviting a huge release here. Whether hands are on elbows or hands are on blocks, enjoy the lower back. Enjoy being upside down. Noticing we are more open to shifts when we're upside down. Lift up all 10 toes and notice the soles of your feet on the earth. Big breath in. Exhale, lower toes to the earth. Big breath in. Exhale, release. Lower hands to the floor. Engage your belly and roll up inch by inch by inch by inch by inch. Head will be the last to rise, and let the blood flow shift. Take a moment to enjoy, not rushing through mountain pose. Enjoying each part of the movement, not hurrying. Bring a hand to heart and another hand to top, checking in with your heart space. Noticing hand on hand, hand on heart. With intention, perhaps releasing some oxytocin. Lower your hands to the earth and just take another moment here. Open eyes. Let yourself adjust, arrive. Wiggle fingers. Inhale your arms out and up towards the sky. Slight arch back. Fold forward, forward fold. You can use your blocks here. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold forward. We're going to step back to downward dog. If you have blocks and you want to do a downward dog with the blocks, it's kind of fun.
If you don't have blocks, just do a downward dog. You'll notice it's a bit different if you're using the blocks. And as I mentioned, for those of you who join me regularly, blocks are easy and fun, and they add to a practice. They're always optional, but I encourage you to try them. Wherever you are, enjoy your downward dog. Notice if you don't like it with the blocks, move the blocks. Maybe you don't like it with the blocks today. Engage your belly, raise left leg to the sky. Exhale, gently bring it between your hands. Come into a low lunge. Grab the blocks if you have them. Walk the blocks under your shoulders and rise up. Your heart will shine forward, crown of the head reaching to the sky. Wiggle left toes farther in front. Make sure your left knee is not crunched. And send some love and spaciousness into the right hip flexor, inviting it to soften. Huge breath in. Pour the breath into every nook and cranny, every alveoli of the lungs. Letting go of the stale air and letting yourself enjoy the breath, enjoy the hips, enjoy perhaps the sole of the left foot on the earth, the top of the right forefoot on the earth. Close eyes. If your shoulders are all squunchy, let them go. 3 delicious breaths here. Let them be delicious. Let them be full of things that feel good. Allowing yourself just to be in the moment, noticing that things can feel good in the moment, even when there's things to do, things people need. You can pause to enjoy right where you are. Gently straight your front leg, shifting hips back, coming into a half split. So you'll walk your blocks back if you have them. If you don't have blocks, rest hands lightly on the left thigh, hinge at the waist, back is flat. Ankle flexes, toes come to your nose, and enjoy. Without blocks, you'll be using a little more belly to hold you. With blocks, you get a little more release. Huge breath in. Exhale, hinge forward a wee bit more. Point toes. Flex your ankle. Spread toes wide, wide, wide. Release your toes. Bend your elbows, fold forward a wee bit more if you have a little more room. Grab your blocks. You'll walk them forward. Bend the left knee, bring the blocks on the inside of the left foot. Walk the wet left foot to the outer edge of the mat, coming into lizard pose, your version of it. Rolling onto the outer edge of the left foot, left knee reaches outward and your groin opens. Back knee slides back a little bit more. If you need a pad for your knee, grab it, depending on your setup. Breathe in and out. Let it feel good. And if it doesn't all feel good, notice one thing that feels good right here. Maybe just closing your eyes feels good. Maybe pausing feels good. 2 more breaths. It's not about doing too much. If it doesn't feel good, go back, release a little bit. Slowly lower left sole of the foot. You'll walk your left foot towards the middle, shift hands on either side of the left foot. Curl your back toes, lift up to a low lunge, adjust your blocks, take your time to do whatever you need here. Your right hand, right block are going to come directly under the right shoulder. Release left hand, gaze up towards the left, come into the easy twist and enjoy your left hip here. Roll the left wrist. Letting yourself enjoy this moment. Envision honey or light or breath pouring in your left hand, coming all the way down into your heart space. Letting it wrap your heart with the light, the golden honey. Letting it send some healing,
inviting a little softening, perhaps wrapping it in a cushion. Lower left hand to the block if you have them. Hop back foot forward, come into pyramid pose. In pyramid pose, both toes are jet lining towards the front. Both legs are straight. Hands can be on blocks, on floor, or on thigh, but not on your knee. Huge breath in. Exhale, enjoy the back of the left leg. I invite you to try back flat today, heart shining forward. Notice how it feels. You can lift up all 5 toes on the left foot and lower them down. Even play with a little weight shift. Notice if that invites a little softening. Sometimes telling ourselves to soften, willpowering it doesn't work, but a little play, a little lightness, a big deep breath can help. We often think to change things, we have to make huge shifts, but wiggling your toes can make a big shift. A breath can make a big shift. A pause to notice can make a big shift. Enjoy your last 2 breaths here, big breaths. Use the out breath to blow whatever would like to go, whatever you would like to go. Create a little spaciousness in the chest, in the hamstrings. Bring your back foot forward to meet your front foot. Move the blocks and come into a forward fold. Widen your feet towards the outer edge of the mat, knees bent as generously as you can. Hands to opposite elbows and soften here, almost in a squat release. Twist from side to side. Shift your weight in all the directions and find your center. Find your roots. Big breath in and out. Big breath in and out. Lower your hands and allow yourself to roll up inch by inch, using the muscles in the legs and the belly, unrolling your spine until you arrive standing. And just notice and enjoy. Notice the mountain pose. Notice the blood flow shifts. Let it feel good. And we will transition to the floor today. Coming to lie on the floor, knees bent, sacrum flat on the floor. Let yourself arrive here. And enjoy it. Walk heels towards your rear end. Flatten sacrum on the floor, palms on the floor. Press into your feet and your hands and lift up for an active bridge. Shimmy shoulders underneath you. Reach your hips up as high as you can. Knees energetically connect. Make sure your feet are not too close to your rear so your knees are bent in an uncomfortable way. Walk your feet out farther if need be. Lifting hips higher and higher. Palms reach the floor. Lots of energy expenditure here. And at the same time, can you enjoy it? Shimmy your shoulders under a little bit more. Let your heart be light, even as the rest of your body works. Lift up onto your tippy toes. Lower your heels. Lifting up higher, 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 higher. Lots of energy. And relax all at the same time. Let yourself enjoy it. Untuck shoulders. Lower down, inch by inch by inch by inch. Let yourself melt towards the floor and enjoy. Notice for a moment how it feels. We're going to come into a reverse table. You'll walk your feet forward about a foot, lift up onto your elbows, straight your arms, your fingers will hopefully be able to point towards your rear end. If that's too much for your wrists, you can point them to the sides or towards the back. Lifting up all 10 toes and the soles of your feet, lower them down, press into your feet, reach hips up, reach knees up, drop head towards the back if that feels good. Reaching your hips towards the sky, enjoy the front of the shoulders. You may notice your arms shaking. Rock a little bit. Enjoy. Noticing here, even as everything works, what still feels good. Slowly lower hips down. Lower back down to your elbows. Lower yourself down to the floor and pause for a moment. Pause to integrate. Pause to appreciate. Roll your wrists if need be. They might need some attention. Bend right knee, place right ankle over left knee. Thread your hands through, grab the back of the left thigh, come into figure 4. If that doesn't work for you, you could keep the left foot on the earth. Right elbow comes into the right knee. Flex ankles. Enjoy your right hip, outer hip. If you have room, bring hands to the shin. Do what works for you. Practice kindness. Noticing that overdoing it doesn't help anyone. Find the spot that's enough, but not too much. A good practice for life. And when you find it, rock a little bit. Let it be light, play with it. Being in the moment involves some play, involves some lightness, involves a little shaking it loose. We can't be in the moment if we're holding everything so tight or focused on accomplishing, achieving. So many of us want happiness and contentment, and it's often right there. We just miss it. We're so busy on doing all the things, lots of important things, but we can also pause. Lower your left foot to the floor, release hands, reach arms over your head in an easy cactus shape, drop knees and to the left, coming into a figure 4 twist. Left sole of the foot, outer edge of the left knee is on the floor, right sole of the foot's going to drop to the earth, and your right hip's going to enjoy this, presumably, for most of you. Your armpits might enjoy it too. And noticing here, you can be wrapped up as a pretzel and it still feels amazing when you pause and breathe and notice. Enjoying your heart slow. Letting this feel good. If you want to gaze to the right, if that would feel good, do it. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. And if this twist is too much, you can do a different twist or restack your hips in a different way. Yoga is not meant to be endured. It's meant to be enjoyed. If it's not enjoyable or parts of it, you shouldn't do it. You may need to tweak it or adjust it or modify it. More is not better. Bring your gaze back to center. Bring your knees back to center. Uncross the right knee and switch. Left ankle comes to the right knee. Rethread your hands through. Bring your leg in, come into figure 4,
Ankles are flexed to protect the knees, toes reach to the sky, left elbow presses into the left knee. Find your spot that works for you, that feels good, but is not too much. If you want to grab your shin, do that. Notice what's right for you. And when you've found it, soften in and enjoy it. Receive the endorphins, receive the dopamine. Receive the oxygen, the breath, the space. Let yourself receive the moment here of lying here on your back on the mat with so many feel-good sensations circulating around. And if it doesn't feel good, back out a little bit. Lower right foot to the floor, release your hands. Hands come back above in an easy cactus shape. Switch the clasp of your hands if you were holding them, and drop your knees to the right. Left sole of the foot lands on the floor, outer edge of the right thigh lands on the floor. And enjoy the left side body, the left waist, the breath. Let it feel luxurious, tingly. It's okay to pause, okay to rest, okay to enjoy. Living this one wild and precious life is about enjoying the moment, being present in the moment, pausing and being present in the moment, getting out of your head, getting back into your body. Connecting with you. Bring your knees back to center. Uncross them. Slowly bring soles of the feet together, knees apart. Coming into Supta Baddha Konasana or reclining butterfly. Adjust your sacrum. Do any wiggles that you need. Bring a hand to heart and a hand to belly. And check in. Let yourself enjoy it. Really, truly enjoy it. Letting go of any need to fix, manage, control, the lists, allowing yourself to surrender into some pleasure here, into the being, the noticing, the experiencing. It is, after all, what life is actually about, is the being. You are a human being. You can stay here for Shavasana if you wish. It's a pretty delicious pose. You might want to put blocks under your knees if you have them. Or bring hands to the outer edges of your thighs, draw your knees together, stretch your legs long, and come into a traditional Shavasana, letting toes fall to the outer edge of the mat and palms open to the sky. Shavasana is the final resting pose, the pose of integration of all the work and the goodness and what feels good. It's about surrendering, which for many of us in medicine is very hard. But allowing yourself this gift of a couple of minutes to surrender, to trust in the world, trust in the process, trust that the earth will hold you, trust that your body will breathe for itself, trust that your body knows what to do to heal and restore. Taking in a big, deep breath and a huge out breath. letting yourself sink into a few moments of enjoying, receiving, connecting with pleasure.
I encourage you today to stay as long as you wish. The beauty of Zoom, YouTube yoga, depending on when you're joining me. But for those of you who wish, begin to deepen your breath. Slowly, luxuriously, enjoying the deepening. And ever so slowly, wiggle fingers and toes. Let yourself enjoy it. And enjoy a delicious stretch, whatever your body is recommending, whatever your body decides feels good. There isn't a right stretch to do. Do what feels good to your body. Let your body lead you to stretch. And let your body lead you to come back up to a seat if you're ready to do that, when you're ready. Finding sit bones when you arrive, rooting those ischial spines downward, engaging your belly, tucking your pelvis, aligning each vertebrae one atop the other with ease and grace. Reach the crown of your head to the sky. Exhale. And bring a hand to heart and another hand to top. Let it feel good. Enjoy this moment here. Enjoy who you are today, who you were, and who you might want to become. Enjoy for a moment all the things that you have today that you really wanted at some point. Take a moment to connect with what is good, what is working, what is. May you all have a beautiful week ahead of enjoying the moment, pausing and being present, appreciating how far you've come, enjoying the things you always wanted, connecting to the laughter and the joy and the play and the sunshine and the spring green and flowers or spring rain. Noticing the abundance in this one wild and precious life. May you all be well. May you all be safe. And may you all have a beautiful journey ahead. The light in me honors and reflects the beautiful light in each and every one of you.